being a doctor doesn't mean you're right. Even right about what you think is the diagnosis or what to do. But it does mean that you have to get it right. You have to stay with your patient. The patient must ultimately benefit from your care, from your diagnosis, from your treatment.
I know that Philip is a little embarrassed about having the spotlight on himself, particularly a living legend. I mean, that's a pretty heavy thing. And he either would make light of it or he would be mildly embarrassed about it, because he truly is a person with a deep humility, a realistic understanding of his place in the world and the nature and value of his life. And he isn't, you could call him self-effacing, that would be fair, but he also understands his own work, his own contributions, the things that he's done that he is rightfully proud of.
I arrived in St. Louis as a new intern in July, and the first thing they did was to gather all the interns and to meet the residents and to tell you, what you're going to do. Well, I saw this very attractive young woman, and we all wore. They gave us our uniforms, and we all wore white Hanson shirts. And she sat in front of me, and she had on a white skirt and a yellow blouse with little red and pink flowers all over it, little ones, about a quarter of an inch across. This was the first day. On the way out, I ran up and said hello and said, let's have a cup of coffee. And that was the beginning. We have a wonderful life together. We were fortunate. We both understood each other's professional role, and we were very supportive of each other. We always have been. So every morning we walk. We walk 3 miles. It takes about an hour and a half, hour 15 minutes. But the amazing thing about it is we still have so much to talk about. By the time we're done walking, we still have more to say, and we can't wait till tomorrow when we can start again. But it's a great part of our marriage. Our situation is unique in the country because we have a medical school, the National Laboratory at Sandia, the National Laboratory at Los Alamos, providing the highest level of scientific collaboration to advance understanding of disease and the development of new methods for treating disease. And what we discovered with our work with the insulin pump, that when the time came to transfer this exciting research into something that would make a difference to people.
Well, the interesting thing about Phil Eaton is he's excited about everything. And I've never met anybody who could be excited about everything relative to either research or science. He made research exciting. I was very lucky. I wish everybody could be as lucky as I am in having a mentor like Philip. They're few and far between. There's lots of mentors, but there aren't many great mentors. He was a great mentor. He's a legend.
The insulin pump is an interesting story. It's interesting because in many ways, it describes to people who don't do research, what's research all about? And what research is all about is stumbling on a question that has huge impact that you never thought you would be asking.
He's really made major contributions to diabetes and our understanding of how to treat it. He's got a long legacy, and he's still doing it. He's never quit, and I'm sure he never will. I mean, it's just his nature to do great things.
Philip has a great deal of sensitivity to other people and the perspective they have on life and their particular worldview. And the fact is that the worldview of academic medicine and the worldview of business and the worldview of governmental agencies are three different worldviews. These people have different agendas, they have different objectives, and I have seen how Philip is able to get people of really different points of view in the same room and to get them to work together toward a common project that neither academic clinical studies nor business nor governmental agencies could do by themselves. And I think to be the captain of that kind of ship and guide it through to its destination, wow.
He's a visionary person who understands the importance of a medical center in not just in the state but in the world, and the importance of multiple functions at a medical center. He really has been able to lead the direction of this place to what I think now is a very fine all-around institution.
Oh, Phil's a great guy. I've known him for over 20 years. He's a great guy. The GCRC grant, as it was called, was really the foundation for our ability to later get a Clinical and Translational Science Award, which is really one of the highest designations that an institution can have from the National Institutes of Health.
Phil Eaton is and always has been a man of the people. There wasn't a time that he didn't take to walk around and talk to people. And there wasn't a time that when you asked for his help, that he didn't give it. Phil Eaton listened to you. He tried to relate to being on your side of things, and he didn't have an authoritative way of interacting with you. He was there to help you. In my tenure at the University of New Mexico, he is the most significant individual in my career.
And from the beginning, he understood that if you're going to do research and you're going to be in a medical school, it has to be related to how we're going to help people. So that vision was carried all the way through his career as research director, as vice president, and it really changed the culture of the medical center.
I think we're all born with different gifts, and the trick in life is to find those gifts which you have and to use them. And I feel I've been quite blessed, and I'm very, very grateful. And if I had the whole thing to do over again, I don't think I would. I'd keep taking the same turn in the road when it came, because it certainly has given me just an enormously happy life. People are wonderful. Helping people makes me feel good, makes them feel good. It's a win-win deal. That's the way I've found life to be, and I hope that everybody's able to find life to be that way.
If you were asked to describe Philip Eaton, or if I were asked, all we would be able to do would be to share the kind of experiences that we have had with him. And you've had experiences with him as a mentor or as a colleague or a researcher. And it makes me think of the Persian poet Rumi, who talked about the men who were in a dark room with an elephant, and they were asked to describe the elephant, and one touched the trunk, and one the side, and one the tail, and one the legs. And eventually, they were able to describe the whole creature. And I suppose if we all got together, we would be able to come up with some kind of a composite with especially flavored from our own personal perspective. And it is the combination of these personal perspectives that have led you all collectively to decide that for UNM, Philip Eaton is one of these people that really ought to be described as a living legend.
I'm so grateful to have worked with all those that have come before, because I've been here for all of those people that have passed on, knew every one of them. And all the people that are here now are carrying it forward. And that's a celebration for all of us to recognize.